What's going on, guys? Top Tier Gaming here, and today I'm coming at you with a more fun video, sort of like talking about what anime I want to see in Weiss Schwarz. Because as Weiss Schwarz players, there's a good chance, I'd like to say that most of us enjoy watching anime or just anime culture in general. And there's a bunch of anime that we really want to be sets, just like a bunch, you can just name them off the top of your head, of anime you want to see in Weiss Schwarz. And it doesn't always happen. But I wanted to make a list sort of centered around things that I think could end up in Weiss Schwarz based on a couple of different factors, like how recent is it? Is it already featured in a different card game? What's like the waifu ability of the set? Like most sets that do well usually have a best girl that people tend to spend a lot of money to get the cards for. So sort of factors like that can sort of be like what I think can lead into getting a Weiss Schwarz set. So if you haven't noticed, this is a different setup from my normal setup. I am moved out of my house currently. In a vlog I did a while back, I said that I'd be out of my house for like a couple months. Yeah, 8 weeks in a hotel. I don't want to go too in depth, but for reasons we had to leave the house as it's being renovated. Fun times. But besides that, there are so many anime in this list that I'm not going to be able to cover just because there are so many anime that could be Weiss Schwarz sets. So I'm probably going to leave out someone's favorite, but leave down in the comments below what anime you would like to see in Weiss Schwarz, because I think this is a topic everyone can kind of relate to as a Weiss Schwarz player, because there's a good chance we like anime. So before I get into the actual list, I want to give some honorable mentions. And these aren't honorable mentions because I don't want them as much as the other 5. In fact, it's pretty much the opposite. Like, I want these just as much as the other 5 I'm about to list, if not more than some of them. But I feel like these 2 specifically would be on every single person's list. So I feel like including them would make it actually a top 3 instead of a top 5. So I'm just going to leave them as honorable mentions because I feel like 90% of the player base wants them. And that is My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. These shows are outrageously popular. Of course, people want them in Weiss Schwarz. At least more than likely people want them in Weiss Schwarz. And I'm just going to leave them as honorable mentions because I feel like it would take away from the list simply by including them. So yeah, leave them off the list. So number 5 on this list is actually The Rising of a Shield Hero. So this show is pretty recent and it has quite a bit of hype behind it. It's already guaranteed to season 2 and 3, which is really good if it became a Weiss Schwarz set, because that usually means you might get a second or even third set at that point, which, you know, is really appreciated. And I definitely think this could be one just because I can sort of see the characters fitting into the colors, right? Like you can see Naofumi definitely being green, Raphtalia being red, Philo being blue or yellow, I guess. But yeah, you can see how the characters would fit. I think, yeah, the show definitely has like a pretty big fan base. And just the backing of a second and third season would be super good. I know I would personally like to see some Raphtalia cards. I do not want my wallet to know what I would do for a signed Raphtalia. So that's my number 5. This isn't like a top 5 anime list or anything. Like, these aren't my 5 favorite anime I'm going to be listing. But they are like anime I find enjoyable and probably they're very well liked in general. So yeah, let's get into number 4. So for number 4 on this list, it's actually Maid Dragon. This one not as new as Shield Hero, but it's still decently recent. I think 2016. I'm gonna guess on that date. But yeah, this one I think works really well because of course Weiss Schwarz has 4 colors and there are 4 dragons. You have Toru, who could be like yellow, Kana could be like red. I forgot the name of the dragon that eats a lot, but she can be blue. And then the other dragon, whose name also escapes me, that torments the boy with her womanly attributes. She could be like yellow or green. I can definitely see how the colors would work in my head. Maybe I didn't explain it as good as well as I could. But yeah, Maid Dragon is a really loved show. Maybe not the most popular thing in the world out there, but it's definitely, I can definitely see it in Weiss because there are 4 dragons that people would definitely want to purchase cards over, and just a great show, and I can definitely see it in Weiss Schwarz. So yeah, that's it for number 4. So number 3 on this list is actually Machi. So this is one I can definitely see, you know, the show has a pretty big fan base. It just got a 2nd season. quite recently. People really like the show. Most importantly, people really like Hestia. This is a set where I can see Hestia herself literally just making the set sell. Like, even if it's not like the most critically acclaimed show out there, it's still really, really enjoyable in my opinion. A lot of people like the show, and Hestia herself could just push sales so fast. Like, I know my wallet would end up crying the second I saw like Hestia's SP for like a level 3 or something, like a level 3 game ender. I would be buying that very quickly, personally, and I feel like a lot of people would. Just Don Machi is a very waifuable set. Like, the only issue with it I see is that you obviously have Bell be something like red, maybe because he likes Firebolt. Hestia, she's blue. Don't at me. Yeah, I think that's how I would see the colors fitting. I don't really know who would be green, if they would have a green. But yeah, there are definitely 3 color sets in Weiss Schwarz, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah, number 3 on my list is Don Machi. Alright, so for number 2, I wanted to do something maybe a little older, not as, like, maybe people have kind of forgotten about it because it's on the back burner. I thought of quite a few different things that could be in this number 2 slot. I thought of Mao-sama, or The Devil's a Part-Timer. I thought of, like, Snafu. And then, like, the one I kind of settled on just because I think it fits kind of well is Gate. So this show is relatively old now. It does have a second season, technically. And I feel like it fits very well because you obviously have the mage, who is blue, the elf, who could be yellow, Rory, she's going in red, and the main character could be green, along with the other military characters. So they fit colors-wise for sure. And then Rory, she would make sales. Like, she's a very beloved female character. Again, maybe the show's kind of on the back burner for now. Like, a lot of people might not be on top of their, you know, like the first thing they think of when they're thinking of a set for Weiss Schwarz. But I think it could fit well. I like Gate. Again, I thought of a lot of different things that could be in this slot. But I ended up just going with Gate because it fits really well, and I think it could sell. I think maybe something better could be in this number 2 slot, but I didn't really think of one for the list. So that's going to be the number 2 slot. And then number 1 is actually, I think this might not be a surprise for a lot of people as it's not included yet, and that's going to be Demon Slayer. Honestly, this show, first of all, is a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing show, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But it's so popular, I'm sure people have seen it. And Nezuko herself would make bank. Like, I would have 4 SPs of whatever Nezuko's color and card is the week it came out, okay? That's just how it would be. Overall, the set's very, very popular. I can see people buying this set almost instantly. Yeah, I think it's just a set that a lot of people would want in Weiss Schwarz. So that's why number 1 is Demon Slayer. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was supposed to be more like just a fun video. It's not really Weiss Schwarz related in the sense that I'm talking about the game specifically, but I think it is in the realm of like Weiss Schwarz and maybe what players want in general. You know, it's kind of weird that it'd be weird to think that a Weiss Schwarz channel couldn't upload a more anime related video because they are very closely linked. Because I'm going to make the bold statement that at least 80% of people who play Weiss Schwarz enjoy anime to some extent. Bold statement, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's a pretty safe bet. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment. Again, comment down your favorite, well, not your favorite, but anime you would want to see in Weiss Schwarz. And that's going to wrap up this video. So yeah, this was Top Tier Gaming. Bye, YouTube.